Hey guys, Dave here. I got another review ready for you today. So let's go ahead and get right into it. What I have for you today is actually one of my current favorites from the niche line. I finally got my full bottle, and it's from bond number 9, and this is Andy Warhol's Silver Factory. Kind of a cool bottle. It's supposed to represent Andy Warhol's design of the Campbell soup can, which I can totally see. It's kind of a cool bottle. Came out in 2007. The Perfumer-Auerlien Guichard. Probably butchering the name, sorry about that. As far as notes, according to Fragrantica, on the top we have lavender, grapefruit, and bergamot. In the mid we have iris, violet, jasmine, and incense, and the base is amber, cedar, and resins. As far as bottle sizes, there's two. There's the 1.7, run you anywhere from, seen it as low as 90, upwards of retail of 150. The 3.4, seen it as low as about 155, upwards of retail I think 220 or 230, something like that. So they can get pretty pricey. So the bonds aren't cheap. As far as classification, I'd say it's a Woody Floral Incense scent. To me, it's mostly woody, incense, metallic, and floral. First sniff up top, when I first apply this, I get the incense immediately. I also get iris, but it's almost like a metallic iris, as well as some cedar, but it's almost like a wet, dense cedar. It's not a dry cedar, it's kind of moist. The top, to me, it's an odd one, but it works for me personally. The metallic vibe is it's almost like the inside of an empty soup can with iris inside, if that makes sense. It's like a metallic iris note. There's definitely quite a bit of incense in this one, so if you hate incense, I would definitely avoid this one. When it transitions to the mid, the incense picks up and the metallic iris does as well. I also get like almost like a floral bouquet type vibe from the violet and the jasmine as well, but they're definitely in the background. The cedar gets more pronounced in the mid as well. To me, the mid's mostly the incense, the metallic iris, and the wet cedar with the background of the florals. To me, this one's just, I personally love it. I think it's beautiful, and this one gets better on my skin as it develops. When it reaches the dry down, this is where this one shines to me personally. This is, in my opinion, the most unique of the bonds that I have smelled. The dry down is incense, but it's sweetened a little bit by the amber with the dense wet cedar and the resins, and I still get the metallic iris and the florals in the background as well. The dry down is just beautiful to me personally, but I'm a fan of incense, so it sounds like it should be, based on the notes and the incense, that it should be a really heavy, thick scent. But to me it really isn't. It's really, really smooth and blended very, very well. I'd say that this one is best more for casual use, but I could see it definitely being worn for formal events as well. As far as what women say of it, it was kind of hit or miss with the ladies. If they were fans of incense, then they really liked it. If they weren't fans of incense, then they weren't big fans of it. As far as age range, I would say, because of the incense, it makes it a little more mature, but I'll go ahead and say 20 and up. I think if you appreciate incense and fragrances, then you will probably like this, but it does have that metallic vibe, which may turn some people off as well. As far as number of sprays, I would do 3 at most. It's potent, it's an eau de parfum. I would not overspray this one just because of the incense. It could get pretty intense. As far as who would like it, I think if you like incense, metallic scents, iris, or cedar, then definitely give this one a try. It's definitely an incense scent, but it's a very smoothly blended one that never gets too rough, in my opinion. As far as why you wouldn't like it, I think if you hate incense, then avoid this one, as well as iris, metallic types of scents, or wet cedar that's not kind of the dry one, as those are the more dominant notes. This is definitely one I think that you need to be in the mood to wear. as it lasts all day, and it's just the type of scent that you really have to want to wear in order to pull it off, if that makes sense to you guys. I think if you like Towers L'Air du Desert Americain, Gucci Pour Homme 1, or any of the Comme des Garçons incense series, you will probably care for this one. What do I think of when I wear this one? I think of burning incense in a tin can factory, which also happens to sell iris and other flowers. That's what I think of. Not the best description, but what can you do? I'm trying to shorten my videos a little bit, so I'm talking a little faster. Let's go ahead and get into my ratings. As far as overall smell, I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. To me, it's just a wonderful, sweet, metallic incense and iris that I personally adore. As far as projection, I would say it projects pretty darn well, so I'll give it a 9 out of 10. It's definitely above average. I don't think that it's going to jump across a room, but you will have a solid scent cloud around you for most of the day. As far as longevity, it's going to get pretty high marks. I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. I usually get 10 plus hours on my skin with this one. Sorry, my phone just went off. It lasts all day on me, personally. As far as uniqueness, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. It's going to get a perfect score for uniqueness from me because it is the most unique bond, in my opinion, that I have smelled, at least, and it is a very different type of incense scent, at least to me. I really haven't smelled anything quite like it before. As far as versatility, I'm only going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's really only good in cooler weather because the incense, it's something you have to be in the mood to wear, but it's definitely classy enough for formal events, but also casual enough for everyday use. As far as my overall rating, I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. It's not quite perfection, but it's damn close in my opinion. The versatility is just a little bit too low to give it a 10 out of 10, but to me it's one of the most unique scents that I own that I personally just love at the moment. As far as buy, try, or pass, I would say that if you love incense scents, then this is a must try in my opinion. So guys, that's my take on Bond No. 9's Andy Warhol Silver Factory. Came out back in 2007, and it's definitely one that I would recommend trying if you like incense. As always, rate, comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.